In a galaxy consumed by endless war, where gods walk among mortals and worlds burn like candles, there is one constant force holding the crumbling Imperium together. They are not the demigods of the Space Marines, nor the Mashimi Stoofs of Mars. They are ordinary men and women. Fragile, mortal. And yet, they are asked to fight battles beyond all comprehension. They are the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard. Their story is not one of glory, but of sacrifice, anonymity, and grim endurance. No one remembers their names, few recall their victories. But without them, the Imperium would fall in a single generation. Across 1,000,000 stars, conscription is a way of life. Children grow up knowing that one day they may be handed a lasgun and a uniform, told to march toward an enemy they've never seen, for a cause they can barely understand. Some join willingly, driven by duty, faith, or desperation. Others are simply plucked from factories, farms, or hive cities, herded into transports with no ceremony at all. Once they put on that uniform, they are no longer individuals. They are guardsmen. Their training is brief, often brutal. They're taught how to hold a rifle, how to obey orders, and how to die with dignity. For many regiments, the first time a guardsman sees real combat is the day they are deployed. There is no time for hesitation, no room for fear. The Imperium needs but these billions of the men the Astra Militarum provides. It is said that the Guard wins its wars, not with skill, but with overwhelming weight. It drowns its enemies in waves of flesh and fire, a tide of humanity against the horrors of the void. Each regiment is a story unto itself, a reflection of its homeworld. You have the disciplined ranks of the Cadians, drilled from birth to fight with cold precision. You have the wild ferocity of the Catachan jungle fighters, at home in the deadliest environments. Then there are the religious zealots, from Vostroya and the Iskode efficient soldiers of Valhalla. They are all so different, yet they share a common, unbreakable bond. They are human, and they fight for humanity's survival. No matter the cost, life on the front lines is brutal beyond description. The average guardsman's life expectancy in a major battle can be measured in mere hours. They are thrown against nightmares that should not exist, towering tyrannid beasts with claws like such. Endless green waves of orcs that blot out the horizon, and chaos demons that warp reality itself. Against such terrors, their primary tool is the lasgun, a weapon often mocked as little more than a powerful flashlight. But the guardsman doesn't fight with superior technology or superhuman strength. They fight with courage, with discipline, and with the unshakable knowledge that they are part of something far, far larger than themselves. In the mud-filled trenches and ruined cities, camaraderie becomes their only comfort. Soldiers form bonds stronger than plasteel friendships, forged in blood. Laughter shared between deafening artillery barrages. Quiet promises whispered in the dark before a suicidal charge. They fight for the Imperium, yes, but more often, they fight for the person standing right next to them. And when that person falls, they keep fighting. Because that is what guardsmen do. It is all they know. Overseeing this grim resolve are the commis. They patrol the lines, their duty not just to lead, but to ensure that no one falters. Cowardice is a luxury the Imperium cannot afford, and it is swiftly punished with a bolt pistol to the back of the skull. It is a brutal, unforgiving system. But in the 41st millennium, it works. For in the Guard, the fear of failing your duty must always outweigh the fear of the enemy. The soldiers understand this. They accept. Italiano, they don't expect mercy from their superiors, nor do they seek it from their foes. Their duty is simple: to fight until the enemy is gone, or they are. Yet, despite their immeasurable sacrifices, the Astra Militarum receives little glory. History books are filled with the names of Space Marine chapters, the grand victories of Primarchs, and the divine miracles of the Sisters of Battle. The Guard's victories, however, are measured not in banners raised, but in worlds that still stand. Their triumphs aren't grand parades. They are forgotten battlefields where the enemy was stopped just long enough for reinforcements to arrive, or where a single bunker held out against impossible odds, buying precious minutes for civilians to escape. Their greatest victories are invisible, happening quietly, far from the eyes of history. For every regiment that wins a campaign and earns a footnote in a dusty tome, a dozen are lost completely, consumed by the meat grinder of war and forgotten forever. Their names are erased from the records, their deeds buried beneath the rubble of newer, larger conflicts. But the Imperium endures because of them. Every towering hive city still standing, every forge world still churning out weapons, every shrine still echoing with prayers. Of it is built upon a foundation of guardsmen who gave their lives and were never thanked. There is a bitter poetry in their anonymity. The Space Marines are legends, but they are few. The Imperial Guard are countless, their strength lying not in the heroic deeds of one, but in the collective sacrifice of millions. They are the true backbone of the Imperium, the great wall that stands between humanity and utter extinction, and they know it. Deep down, they know they do not fight for glory, for recognition, or for some grand reward. They fight because someone must. They fight because without them, humanity is lost. In rare moments, their unbelievable courage is recognized. Heroes rise from the ranks of ordinary men and women who lead impossible charges, who hold the line against overwhelming odds, who inspire others to keep fighting when all hope seems lost. But even these heroes know that their names will eventually fade. They will be remembered for a time, and then the galaxy will move on. The wars will continue, and new soldiers will take their place, destined for the same fate. And yet, perhaps, that is the greatest testament to their strength. The Astra Militarum does not need statues or songs. Their legacy is not carved in stone. It is written in the continued survival of the human species. They fight for a future they will never see, for a peace they will never know. They fight, knowing they will be forgotten. And still, they fight. In the grim darkness of the far future, the galaxy seems to belong to the strong, the immortal, the powerful, the divine. But it is the weak, the ordinary, who hold it all together. The soldiers of the Astra Militarum are living proof of that. They are the countless faces in the trenches, the nameless bodies buried beneath alien skies, the silent, steadfast hands that hold the line. They are the heart of the Imperium. They are the shield against the darkness. And though they are forgotten by history, they will never, ever stop fighting. Because they can't. Because if they do, everything ends. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into the lore, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. We've got plenty more stories to tell. Until next time, stay safe.